Okay. So welcome to our meeting tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about 4-H and you in community service. So we're going to focus on how you can bring community service into 4-H. But there are a couple things that we're going to have to go over first as far as our procedure for the night for discussion. So, I brought my handy dandy donut. The rule with the donut is, if you do not have the donut, then you do not talk. Okay? Now, you can share when the donut is passed to you. So, if you feel like you have more to add to the conversation or you want to elaborate on a point that another member made, raise your hand and we can pass the donut to the next member. Do not. All right, so let's talk about how we can work 4-H in our community service into our program. So first, I want to show you a video.
Well, they say this all began in the 1902 when this dude from old Ohio said these kids need something new. So he got a group together, they became the central hub, but the group needed a name, so they picked Tomato Club. So soon up in West Virginia, the first tent camp took place. And further down in Georgia, another joined the race. From East Coast to the West Coast, the club just grew and grew, till the Congress of this great U.S. said we know what to do. The passage of Smith-Lever Act in year 1914, the 4-H club became the name, they changed it nevermore. We took the 4-leaf clover to wear upon our clothes, and as this train ran down the track, it simply grows and grows. 6 million now of us there are, we're not just here, we've gone far, in 80 countries round the globe, just look and you will see we are. So if you live in the woods, or you live in the city, if your dog's kinda ugly, or it looks kinda pretty, if you've got a lot of land, or a small window box, if your cow's got a cold, or your brother's got the pox, if you work with your hands, or you work with your brain, if you like to water gardens, or brush a horse's mane. Now I've listed all these things that you might like to do, so the only thing that's missing in 4-H is you!
Okay. So, yes, it may have been a little outdated, but it still gets the point across. So, what did you learn from that video that you didn't know before tonight?
4-H wants you.
4-H does want you, and so does Teen Council. So that's one reason why you're here. Is there anything else? What was the first club called? Tomato Club. Who knew that for tonight? We will move on. Who can tell me the 4-H pledge?
I can't. Clear thinking.
My heart to greater loyalty.
My hands to larger service.
And my health to better living.
For my club, my community, my country, and my world.
Perfect. Okay, so how in our pledge we talk about hands, heart, head, and health. Which of those do you think correlates with community service?
Hands.
Hands. All right, good deal. So we're going to talk about our hands to larger service today. So by the end of today, you should be able to identify ways to positively impact our environment, and we're going to develop a community service plan for Walton County Teen Council, which you guys are going to help implement with your hands to larger service. All right, so this is the life skills wheel, and as you notice, the hands, heart, head, and health are at the center of this wheel. This is what we should be targeting in all of our meetings and any of the functions that you guys create for youth. So we did say that our community service ties into the hands portion of our wheel. So what I want to do is give you guys an interactive activity and give each of you a voice. So you know I love sticky notes. Yes. So each of you are going to get a sticky note, and on those sticky notes I want one thought per sticky note. So labeled hands to larger service. You have an upper portion, which is going to tie into the giving side, and the lower portion is going to tie into the working side. So what I want you to do is look at these life skills that are broken out here, and I want you to think of at least one thought here, how we could implement these life skills in some of our programming in teen council. It could tie. And I want to see thoughts on each side of this, in giving and in working. And I'm going to leave the life skills up there so you can look back at them for reference. And you're welcome to ask any questions. Any kind of program or community service or training, anything like that that you can think of that would help give you marketable skills, or that would help create teamwork.
Like clubs.
What do you want us?
It could be clubs or an activity in a club. I'm really looking more on the activity side of things.
So like that.
So what would be an activity that we've done in teen council that caused you guys to do teamwork?
Fair booth.
Fair booth.
Perfect example.
Do what?
PJs for patients.
Pajamas for patients. You had to go and select the pajamas. We had to come in here and wrap them up, and then you went and delivered those. So those kind of things. Do I have a volunteer to share? Who wants the donut?
I think Alex.
Come on.
I'll
If you'd like to elaborate on Alex's thought, remember, raise your hand for the donut or donuts.
I did the same thing which I was talking about for like teamwork for I'm working like activity like the fair boots how y'all talking about. Allows everyone to work as a team or get together and whatnot.
Okay, great idea. So fair booth brings everybody in, teamwork, makes a cohesive group. Does anyone else have anything to add to fair booth being teamwork? Ask for the donut. It helps. It helps. The chocolate coating helps.
It's good. It helps pull the whole fair together because every club that has a booth helps to make the fair more lively.
Okay, so it makes it more lively. So there you work into marketable skills. So we're making 4-H marketable at the fair because we look like we're a lively group, which we are. You guys can add a little extra to that, okay? Add some sprinkles on top. What about, are there any over here in the giving side that y'all listed?
Does this have to be particularly about a fair booth?
No, it doesn't have to be about a fair booth at all. It could be anything.
I put being the president of the club.
You have to have your donut. All right, so be a president of a club. So president of a club would be leadership. Good job. Okay, in giving. So we talk about servant leadership and how you give to others and lead by example. No tossing of the donut. All right, good job. Other things you had here were helping the elderly and community yard work. All right, good deal. So what I want to talk about for us this year is called Project Life, which is living in Florida's environment. So why should we care about the environment? Because we live in it. All right, we need to take care of it. Because what?
We probably wouldn't be here.
We probably wouldn't be here without the environment. That's true. We need to take care of it so it doesn't disappear or become diseased. Where do we start in taking care of our environment? Where do we start?
Planting a tree.
I won't toss it up. Bad example.
Planting a tree.
Planting a tree. Elaboration on where to start.
Gardens, planting other stuff, picking up trash if you see whatnot.
Gardens, being self-sustainable, picking up trash.
Small community service projects that we've done.
Small community service projects. Sometimes little acts of service can create a bigger ripple effect. So in this curriculum you got at the last meeting, it gives you some examples of some of the community service stuff that we can do. What I want you guys to do tonight is called a think, pair, share. So you're going to think to yourself about a service project you would like to do. Then I want you to pair up with a member that you have not worked with before. And then you're going to share your ideas, and I want you to develop a plan. So we'll have figure it out. think to yourself. I will give you an index card to write down your thoughts, and then pair up and share. You write down your ideas on the index card, and then pair up and share. Okay, so it looks like I have my pair of 3 here.
You donut.
That are
have the
thinking.
donut.
And pairing, I always have the donut with sprinkles. You didn't have the donut, so you do not need to be talking. All right, no, but you can think, pair, share with Alex. Think, pair, share. You've been in it a while, Morgan, so I know you've got some good ideas. On community service projects, you've seen a lot done. Think of some places that we haven't gone, visited, some service projects we haven't done.
We did it one year and it was like a lot of people, so I think yard sales are a big hit. Yeah.
All right, you're in your pairs now, so make sure that you're developing your plan for a community service project idea. And then choose you a spokesperson to share. I will give you the magic donut first,
Yeah.
when you're ready.
Beach cleanup.
Have you reached a consensus?
Springs cleanup.
One of us wants to do beach cleanup.
Oh, that's okay. We have multiple ideas. Now bring that into one. So what is something that you like to do?
What about the lake yard? The lake
5K beach run.
What do they have in common?
Do a run.
What do they have in common?
Water.
Thank you. Yes. So remember the water quality testing that we did at 4HU? So we could do that on both of those. And it could be something.
And at the springs.
And at the springs. I see where you guys are going with this. It's not field trip day.
No.
Though we could add that in. We can add a little bit of play afterward.
And
We could go
at
test
Creek.
the water, the purity
Yeah,
of
still your
the
donut.
water.
Inside the donut. We'd have a car wash because it's fundraiser, it would raise money for teen council and help other individuals.
Okay.
We do a highway garbage pickup because I know you don't see much come here, like you see a bunch of trash bags on the side of the road.
Nice. So,
Well, I know like 90, like going down.
Issue with it being.
all right. So Alex is sharing now. He kind of did a two-way community service project there, in that he was talking about doing a fundraiser for car washing, but it also helps other people at the same time, right? Or cleaning up the highway. Okay. We could adopt a highway and be responsible for cleaning up that part. So I like those. Those are really good. All right. So we are going to continue to work on developing our community service plan. I want you to turn in your index cards to me at the end of the meeting so that we can work. Some things we accomplished today was to identify positive ways to impact our environment, water quality testing, cleaning up the roadside, that sort of thing. We developed a community service plan for Walton County. All right, so let's do some reflection. You guys have seen this before. So what I want to do is pass you out a card. Remember, based on the suit of your card, you need to share. If you have a spade, you will share a new idea planted or dug up. If you have a heart, it's going to be what was something from the heart today. If you have a diamond, it is what is a gem of wisdom from you or that you learned today. And if you have a club, it is what is something that grew on you, a thought or a point of view. So I'm going to tell me what was a new idea that was planted or dug up since you have a spade.
I need the donut, I'll just have that.
Thank you.
Like, the fundraisers that me and Alex came up for the car wash and like the highway garbage pickup.
Okay, perfect. So that ties right into our whole purpose of today and putting community service into 4-H and into your clubs. All right.